Alright, there's always friends and followers. Got a bit of a different one today. Just recently getting my cabinet set up, and for a while, I was buying little stands and bought quite a bit of your acrylic cases and stands from, the usual suspects in Australia. But I was also had a bit of a Temu phase, and I was randomly buying stuff on Temu, and I saw one popped up. I wasn't even looking for it. An acrylic box popped up on Temu, and then I started searching for them and stuff, and they had really cheap little acrylic boxes and display steps and stuff like that. So I bought a whole bunch of them for a laugh. And they were hell cheap. They were like started at $5. Some I think the most I paid was like $15. So they're obviously a fraction of the cost of what you can get from some of the collectors' acrylic places. So guys, don't hate me for this video. I do apologise, but just trying to see if there is something out there that's you can just pick off the shelf. Obviously, the measurements were dodgy, so I'm just trying to see if there's something that can sort of double up some things in my cabinet, little steps or little boxes, so I can put 2 M.A.S.K vehicles in there or something, get some more in there and have less empty space at the top of each shelf, so we can double them up a bit. So I've got a few items here I bought. I'll see if they're any good. I wouldn't have a clue. I bought them ages ago. I can't remember what I got. So I actually even opened the first box. So this was a packet of 3 acrylic steps. That looked pretty cheap and nasty. And then this, I don't know what the hell this is. This might be like a tiered acrylic. Like a tiered acrylic step. Oh, yeah, okay. Interesting. How does that work? Let's have a look. See if I can quickly figure it out without bloody going through the instructions. Just do it like a man, without reading instructions and being stubborn. So, I don't know. I actually bought a couple for my daughter too, and she put Lego on them, like some of her Lego elf sets, She seems to like them. Like I said, nothing here. Most items here were like sort of $5 each. So I've actually gone off Temu, quite honestly, guys. So this could be, just because I've stopped buying from it doesn't mean you can't start buying from them, but all that random crap. I was doing going into a dark place. I was doing some Temu reviews and another YouTube channel, which is pretty lame. Anyway, this is my first and probably last Temu review on this channel. So this is some random, I can bloody get it in. Little mini acrylic steps. Don't seem to want to click in fantastic. Oh, here we go, I didn't have it properly. Don't seem to want to click in fantastically well, but like I said, if any of these are any good, I can share the product codes or whatever, but they're pretty easy to find. Jump on Temu, grab the app on your phone. Little mini stand for, whatever. And then there's acrylic devices. So they're not really going to help me. They might help me sort of, if I had a stack, they might help me sort of Yodas. You can put Yodas underneath. Put some Yodas. I've got like a peel off, so. Give it a crack. Come on. Is it going to hide Yoda? That's the question. Could help me double up the Yoda collection, and I'll quickly chuck it in and see what happens. Like, no point in it. That's not the protective plastic issue you can exposed well. Oh yeah, so they're coming off. They actually are quite nice. They are actually quite nice and transparent. A little acrylic shell. So let's have a look. See how it looks from the Yodas. Shouldn't even have to move them too much. Obviously, they're going to block out what's behind. But look, it doesn't look too bad with regards to, because they're quite clear. They're very clear, so doesn't do anything for hurting their visibility. That's not too bad, actually. Aside from the fact that it's blocked out all the Bestmans behind, it's actually pretty cool. So you don't want to block out Luke Bestmans because he's such a cool figure. But look, if I block out a couple of Bestman security guards, that's not going to break my heart. The question is, if I do that, what have I really achieved? Because Luke Bestman's spot was there anyway. So does that really achieve anything in doing so? Yeah. Look, it's pretty. It's alright. It's nothing spectacular, but for $5 or whatever the hell I paid for it, can't go wrong. So I think it was a set of 3 for $8. From memory. Now look, this is another set of 3 rides. It's the identical box. I'm not even going to open that. It's the same thing. So look, I'll give that a C. I'll see what I do. So my missus reckons the year is of hers, so I'll let her play with it. Let's see what this one is. I reckon it's an acrylic box. Display box. This has instructions. Some weird little. Let's have a look. So I've got 2 of that one. So let's have a look. I think from the dimensions, I think it was going to sort of be okay for a M.A.S.K jackhammer sort of size vehicle. So let's have a look. And have this plastic strap all over the place. Display box. Or it's a really acrylic box from being scratched. It has protective films on both sides. After receiving it, fair enough. So the white is the base. It's got a white base, which is made of, I'm not sure. I guess it's okay to be at the bottom with a white base, but that's going to stop me filtering light down through my cabinet. So that's not going to be ideal. It's also all these white shavings all over the body here. But let's have a look. A little bit of Lego kit, putting it together. So it's not going to be airtight, but it's not going to bother me too much because it's inside a cabinet. So not being airtight for me is not a deal breaker at this stage. Put that on wrong now that I'm thinking about it. A lot of white shavings of some weird stuff, huh? So it's pretty chunky. That probably is way too big for just put jackhammer in it. Oh, I've got little doors, has it? Oh, it's got a little groove for a door. Let's have, I'll take the acrylic stuff off later, the covering. Oh, how cute a little door. What's this thing? Oh, that's a little handle with that. So it's got a little mini handle. So look, it's not the prettiest thing I've seen in life. It looks pretty ugly with that protective plastic on it. I'll see if I can get it. I bite my fingernails, so that makes this kind of stuff very difficult. And it's not the nicest habit, but the one habit I can't break. Quit alcohol, quit bloody whatever, but I can't quit biting my nails. Anyway, I can't get that plastic thing off quite easily. Let's see if it's the same sort of clarity as. Yeah, I've got the edge. Well, that's a fail. I think the piece of it snapped already. Yeah. Or something just went flying. Swear I had some plastic. Oh, yeah, there it is. I snapped the corner already. All right, so look, this is clearly very well made. So I'm going to give this one a hard pass. I reckon this could be a bin job. Or actually, you can return it, but I bought it that long ago. Probably won't take my money now. So I won't take it back now. Anyway, I'm going to call that a hard fail. That's a piece of crap. What are these ones? These are probably the smaller versions of that. That being the case, this could be a hard fail. I think Temu's failed me. And this is why I left them, man. This is just a smaller version of that exact same thing. So I reckon that will be another hunky junk. But look, just want to have a look at the size. I don't know what I was thinking was going to fit in that. I'm trying to think what of my vehicles would fit in that. There's nothing really that would fit that profile. That's what I'm saying. Like their measurements on their site are pretty dodgy. This is probably more the size that might be helpful for a small M.A.S.K vehicle. Just going to check out the build. It's the same, rather low quality build. The bottom being white is pretty crap because it will stop the light filtering down through the shelves in my cabinet. However, I am looking to add some LED strip lights throughout to push upwards as well. So I actually got them. We'll do that one day too. Just trying to get these to plug in. See if I have another break like last time. That was my fault. I did force it. I'm rushing, but life, eh? On the wrong side. There's no hinge there, right? The size looks pretty good for these. Like this would probably fit a lot of the smaller, so if it's no kind of M.A.S.K, Raven, or just a little bit smaller than like a Star Wars Vintage Land Speeder kind of shape. But I'll look if I could get the tape off that. Just going to theoretically see if it helps me out with. Main goal was getting as much stuff in this cabinet as possible. So if I could stack this, I don't know, is a Hurricane going to fit in there? Just misses the Hurricane. I reckon it might get Detonator. So if my goal was this kind of thing, slap a Detonator in it, put that at the bottom, and then on top of Detonator, it's messy. T-box, but anyway. Look, Snooker Man, you're going to have to jump elsewhere in a minute. Sorry, I'm taking down Jimmy. So my kind of thing, what I was looking for is this kind of thing. Something like that, that would look cool. And then you can put this on top. It kind of backfires because then it blocks out all your mocks. I guess it all depends on the clarity of that. Clarity of this. To be continued, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that once this will take me forever to get my fingernails cranking. I'm going to take the protective layer off and to see how clear it is. And that might be of some use to me. I'm not sure, but I'll suss that out. But when I actually edit this video, I'll put an overlay in or something, or at the end, and I'll give it a, what I think it was, if it was any good. Let's see what this is. My last one, it's a big, long, flat one. This could be a massive one of the same. And I had a feeling I was looking, my goal here was kind of putting Rhino in it. Again, Ken M.A.S.K. So if you don't like, if you know what M.A.S.K is, Rhino is the beastie, the big semi-trailer. I was thinking maybe putting Rhino in it and then maybe getting Goliath on top. So that's Goliath, a big kind of size vehicle. Or if I had anything similar, I don't think it would fit the Batmobile. Something medium-ish that you could stack one on top just to double down and just go 2 for 1 in the cabinet, So let's have a look at the size of this one. Again, it's the exact same build, so I'm not holding my hopes as it being ideal. It's got a white base again. I popped this one together as well, so it's getting repetitive. You can forward or don't watch. Or just a pack of 2. This might be a pack of 2, I think, which is interesting. No, it's the front door. No, it's not a pack of 2. I can't count. So where's the back? Alright, we'll get it together. That's the back. It's definitely not a box you can just put outside of a cabinet because it's far from airtight. So, you'll get dust all over your toy, and that's not what you want. You want to keep them dust free, and you're not going to be cleaning, especially some of those, a lot of toy vehicles, all the vehicles, they've got little intricate bits and pieces, front grills, and dust collectors, like that's the last thing you want. You want to be forever clean them. Got a relatively dust-free cabinet in there. You do get a tiny bit down the groove, but try to tend to look after that. Every time I put something in or take something out, which is all the time, I'll give it a bit of a clean, so it stays quite clean. Put the door in first this time. Pretty cool if this was good. Straight up, I don't think it will fit. Oh, actually, it might fit, right? Yes. Maybe a Rhino size kind of box. Kill the light filtration, most definitely in the cabinet. But so that's, look, that's the size. It's probably. Let's have a look. I've got Rhino here. Let's have a look. I think Rhino's too long. That's the Savage vehicle itself, right? Oh, I'll tell you what, that might fit. They might have a measurement right on this side. So, step. See if it fits in, if she fits in. See, the idea is genius for me, I'm sorry, but if I could get that in there, and that was quite clear, and then put the other beast on top, will height be a problem? Or we get 2 heights in there. That could be fatal too. Look, even if I just put Rhino in there and put a smaller vehicle like a Firecracker or something like that on top of that, and you can get a little bit more territory gained in your cabinet, you win-win. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to actually peel the plastic off these and I'll come back and chuck it on. Be back. Alright guys, I'm back. been peeling layers and I've emptied my top shelf, but I've left the marks at the back because what I'm trying to see if it was going to suit my purpose. So my vision was they actually look half decent. So that medium one, I was actually able to get firecracker in it. They actually look half decent, to be honest with you. But I'm going to put them in and then see how they look with something on top. See if it was going to suit my actual purpose. So that's firecracker going in. Immediately it casts a massive shadow over my next shelf, which is a shame. But on the same token, the white underneath it looks beautiful actually. It brings the vehicle up quite nicely. That one doesn't leave a hell of a lot of space for the top. I'm just wondering the practicality, what I could get on top. If I could get something like maybe a stiletto on top. How does she look? You've got to kind of jiggle it around so stiletto doesn't block the light. But you want her to look good too, because she's gorgeous. And then you want to also be able to put stuff in front. The idea is to maximise my storage space. So here, does that look ridiculous? Probably he needs to be jacked up just a tad firecracker. But then, let's just try another couple. I'm going to play with it. I just want to just give me some budget options for display. Like, you spend so much money in your toys. And don't get me wrong, I love the acrylics, and I've bought a heap. I've got all my mints on cards are in acrylics. And yeah, that's a Rhino one. So it fits like actually a glove. It's only got a little couple of probably an inch or so to move to roll around. So it can't do too much damage. It's not like it'll move once it's in here, but let's just have a look at this bad boy now. I believe this is more or less going to be useless in my cabinet. Because all it does, it actually looks pretty good. But it's not going to allow me to put anything on top, in my shelf, unless you've got a higher cabinet. So it's not really going to benefit me a whole lot. To be honest with you, that would be good if it was bloody airtight and you can put it outside your cabinet. But that's going to suck all kinds of dust in it, and you don't want to be dusting a Rhino every 5 minutes. Like, it's got a lot of grooves, a lot of grills. Remember when I got this one, it was beautiful but dusty, and it took me ages to clean it. So that's not really, that's not going to help me in my cabinet whatsoever. No space on top, so that's a shame because it's actually a perfect size, just about the perfect size for Rhino. That one's going to be a no-go. Look, it's still half decent. Let's try the sort of the small one, which I'm pinning a little bit of hopes on. So that's got a detonator in it at the moment. He's got a bit of room to roll around. So if I've got a detonator on it, then you chuck on something small like, I don't know, if you put Wolf Beast, I reckon it will cover off too much of the light. You probably want to have something slightly smaller than the acrylic box itself on top of it. Like maybe something like Firefly or Raven or something. It kind of looks a bit lame because you've got to have an identical direction for it to fit on the box. So that one, a little bit bigger one, looks not too bad because you can kind of offset stiletto a bit, but that has to be the same direction unless you get something a lot smaller. I thought I had Condor. Not got my Condor. Someone stole me Condor, man. Yeah, so look, they look okay. Very, very budget. From a distance, they look pretty good. I don't think it's going to actually help me too much, but something like this kind of size, I know it's a joke, but we get Zanzibar's air-skiff. Let's get rid of Raven for a moment. Emptied my entire shelf up for nothing now. Put the Zanzibar's air-skiff there, you could probably face it the other way sort of thing. If they were the same toy line, that would look alright. It looks a little bit funky being, a G.I. Joe and a M.A.S.K item. Dang, I already thought I had Condor and Firefly. I think I've got another hidden box somewhere of my gear, because that would have been the perfect thing to put on top there. Oh well, it is what it is. Look, no, not too much harm. Haven't done too much harm here, but yeah, I don't think they're for me. I think I'll stick with the acrylics from Matt and Brandon and all those blokes there, the good stuff. Look, man, I got a beautiful one that I didn't buy it on purpose. That was in that Slave one, couple of Vintage Collection Slave one. It fits my hydrofoil so beautifully. It looks spectacular. So yeah, probably. Look, a worthwhile experiment trying to save a few bucks, but yeah, not really ideal for me. And the fact that they're anti-dust, they're not dust resistant, it's pretty useless. You can't put them outside your cabinet. Having said that, if you could get it, if you weren't worried about space, that actually looks pretty bloody good. You have to have the cabinet, mate. That looks pretty good. It fits perfectly. So it's not bad for a Rhino or a big vehicle, big-ish vehicle. So, I mean, it's just not going to save me. If that didn't have another inch or so on the top, I might actually be able to skim something through on the top of another vehicle, but not really suited for me. Anyway, I thought I'd try something different. It didn't work out. Does the light fit in here? I don't think so. Slap the light in for a laugh. Ooh, the light will go. Look, I got ya. Chuck the light in. Here's my other big M.A.S.K bad boy. I mean, it's not going to still get, again, it's not going to help my cabinet whatsoever. I just want to see how he looks. Still the baddest stuff. Oh, that looks nice. My sea spray, G1. That look pretty nice too, you know what I mean? But yeah, you're not gonna resist dust. That's the sucky thing with that. Anyway, worth a laugh. I don't think they're gonna suit me, so I don't think I'll keep them in my cabinet. But give it a crack. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Just trying to thought. I was on a sick Temu spree at one point, so I thought, hey, if I can get something for my cabinet while I'm at it, and it was always free shipping, and it's all cost peanuts. If I'd opened this sooner, I probably could have returned it for a credit, but I think it's probably a bit late, being maybe 2 years. But anyway, who knows? Thanks for watching, guys. I've got some random stuff, but this is something different. Who knows? Didn't work out, but I'll keep trying stuff like this. Thanks very much, guys. Keep watching. I love my toys. I love playing with them, setting them up. That's what it's all about. Cheers, guys.